All right, they're saying that the Nets are unwilling to give Kyrie a long-term contract extension per report. That can mean Kevin Durant got a decision to make, and then we're gonna talk about Jesus Christ. It was something else we're gonna talk about too in the basketball realm of things. But check out the NBA Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit on notifications, increase chance notification. Oh, you're gonna talk about Westbrook and this report going out there that the Nets are basically, or the Lakers are not going to trade Westbrook, and they telling they coaching candidates, which is down to two, Terry Styles, former Trailblazer coach and former NBA player, current assistant coach, Darvin Ham, that whoever basically has the best plans to integrate Westbrook and help the Lakers be successful will get the job. But so he basically saying it's unwilling to get Kyrie extension. Irving has a $36.5 million player option that he could decline this summer for a long-term deal. To say the Brooklyn Nets season will be disappointing would be a massive understatement. Okay, who cares? Okay, so this is the Nets. New York Daily News. The Nets championship hopes hinge on an applicable solution with Irving, whose personal decision not to get vaccinated and unpredictable injury history have left the Nets hesitant, and now, according to a source familiar with the Nets thought process, outright unwilling to give him a long-term extension. Okay, if that was the case, bro, if that was the case, dog, if this is the case, why not trade him at the trade deadline and get something for him, bro? That's what I understand, bro. If you just at that, if you fed up to him with that point, if you fed up with him at that point, then you know what you do. You trade him and tell Kevin Durant, man, we're gonna trade you wherever you want to go. If you don't want to stick around for the rebuild, we can't have our team held hostage no more by Kyrie. And you knew what you were signing for when you got Kyrie anyway, bro. You had a young core with D'Angelo Russell playing well and Karis LeVert, Jared Allen. You gave that up, and then you gave that up, some of that up again to get James Harden. It just made no sense. Kyrie, he funny. He funny acting. He got different thought process. Had he played in Boston, Boston probably be had he act right in Boston, Boston probably would have been already won a championship already, or at least already appeared in a championship. Think about that for a minute. Boston would have already appeared in the championship. Think about that. They would have already appeared in the championship. At least they probably would have won one. But he wasn't healthy. LeBron probably would have beat Golden State back to back. But guess what? Guess what? He wasn't healthy. He wasn't healthy. So, at the end of the day, bro, it's a pattern. You knew what you signed up for. You knew what you signed up for. So them acting stupid and looking stupid and all that, you know what you signed up for when you get Kyrie Irving. No durability, you know, not consistent, whatever it may be. You can't win a championship on him. LeBron and them got lucky. He stayed healthy for one season. And then when he was healthy the following season, they won a championship. He got jealous of LeBron James. He wanted to leave because he talking about the plans. Man, dude, if you want to win a championship, you can't win a championship. You can't win a championship with guys with this thought process. You just can't. You can't win a championship with James Harden, KD, and Kyrie, especially with KD coming off a major Achilles injury. James Harden, he not 100% committed to winning championship, mentally or physically. Kyrie don't have the durability. So when you hinge your big three, on three players, you have to have durable player. You have to have durability. You have to have consistency. And they have to mesh well. And they, like I said before, we haven't even seen Kyrie and KD play 60 games together, have we yet? And with the vaccine thing, it is what it is. Are you surprised that was Kyrie's stance on the vaccine? I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. You can't build a big three on people with questionable availability and questionable durability. You can't build a big three on somebody who ain't 100% committed. Can't build it. They needed a commitment. Excuse me. And then Kevin Durant couldn't even feel his commitment coming off an Achilles injury. He ain't playing on some MVP level. Not consistently. He always injured. It might be best for Kevin Durant. I don't know what to say about Kevin Durant. People say, well, he couldn't do it without Steph Curry. Well, he blew out his Achilles. He come almost in his mid-30s, which y'all expected. Come back and play 40 minutes a game? No, you can't expect that from him. He need to go try to find a championship on his own anyway. A James Harden Kyrie championship, no matter how it played out on paper, it looked like an easy championship. You say, well, if they do decide to blow it up and move on, which they probably should, because even if Kyrie come in the next season mentally right, physically right, it's gonna be an opportunity that he gonna get injured. You can't depend on. He don't like he lift no weights to do no durability training. Can't depend on him. And if that's the case, and KD want to leave because Kyrie not gonna be there, accommodate him too. Start off fresh. That's what you got to do. KD want to stick around, then they just don't have much there. They traded away Karis LeVert, Jared Allen. It made no sense. So, but if they do, cool. But if I'm them personally, I'll move on. I'll be like, yeah, Kyrie, man, we want you back next year. See where this goes and try to get him, flip him at the trade deadline or something. But he probably gonna walk. You say, well, they probably help each other with a sign and trade. And you start looking at some of the teams that you be like, well, I don't know, maybe the Lakers will get LeBron again. Maybe Boston can. I don't think Boston want to bark up that tree again. Can Miami do something? Possibly. Can Milwaukee make something happen? I'm not sure. Who else you look out there? Maybe Phoenix can make something happen. Maybe you get Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton over there to Brooklyn, take Kyrie back, see where it go. Maybe him and Luka. Maybe you can make that work if you Dallas. You find a way to get Kyrie over there, possibly. But if they gonna move Kevin Durant, everybody gonna Golden State probably had the most firepower to bring Kevin Durant back. You think about Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman, Moses Moody. I mean, they got a hell of a talent. Kayvon Looney. They literally can bring back Kevin Durant and not even blink. So, I don't think Kyrie fit over there, but nonetheless, that is what it is, right? So apparently, let's move on. So they going out there saying the Lakers are asking their coaching candidates, basically they plans to make it work with Russell Westbrook. And they gonna keep Westbrook. Now it's a rumor going out there saying that the Lakers are teams that if they're gonna take Russell Westbrook contract on, that the Lakers are gonna have to send a first. 2020. They don't have a pick first till 2026, and they're unwilling to send the first, and they're gonna rock out with Russell Westbrook. But here you go.
Did that the Lakers were asking each of the prospective coaches that they might hire, how do you plan on integrating Russell Westbrook? You got
which makes sense. Right. Yes. It makes sense in case. Rob, you're not doing your due diligence if you don't. Right. You would be crazy. I'm sorry.
Well, things have gotten a little spicier in the last 24 hours. Jovan Buha, friend of the show, also from The Athletic, been on a few times. He said in his latest column that, teams have been calling and demanding the inclusion of a first-round pick in a Russell Westbrook trade, just take the salary. According to Jovan, though, as of now, the Lakers have no intention of using a first-round pick to facilitate a Westbrook trade, according to multiple sources. And according to Jovan Buha, it's not merely a bluff or a tactic to try to regain leverage in trade talks. According to league sources, there is sentiment among some within the franchise that the right coach and a better supporting cast could smooth over Westbrook's fit with LeBron and AD.
All right, so you heard the Lakers plan, rumored, um, is to get a coach that can offensively make it work with Westbrook and give him a better supporting cast. Now, you hear rumors about Zach LaVine, and you ask yourself, how does that work? How does Zach LaVine get to LA? And why would Chicago take on the Russell Westbrook contract? That makes no sense. So, however, Zach LaVine getting to LA would have to be a facilitating a sign and trade. And like I said before, if it's true of LeVar Ball saying that he don't like he doesn't like being second fiddle to DeMar DeRozan, why the hell would you go to LA and be third fiddle to AD and LeBron James? Now, AD and LeBron James, arguably, when they hot, they two of the top two players, the top five players in the NFL. You know, um, and that's a fact. So, I mean, NBA, excuse me, that's a fact. So, I get that. You know, I do get that, but I don't. I mean, like I said before, I think his fit is my Pistons. That's a good fit, but probably not, especially with the fifth pick. I don't know. Levine's a good basketball player. He can help somebody else out. Maybe I sign a trade for Levine to Brooklyn for Kyrie Irving. Maybe that work. But the one thing I can say about Zach LaVine is that he's going to have to get better defensively, and that's it. Even though he was injured this year, and people say, well, he didn't like being second fiddle to DeMar DeRozan. He fit well in that role. He doesn't need the ball to be dominant. And that's what you like about him. He can slash, he can get his own bucket, he can facilitate. And even though people say, you know, whatever they say about Levine, uh, he can do it all. If he just defend, that'd be perfect. But I don't see Chicago facilitating that. And that's my opinion. I just don't see them facilitating that deal. So, um, but if they do, they do. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Uh, but I don't really see them facilitating that. I don't see them facilitating that. But but I mean, that is what it is on that point. But I mean, of course, they got no other choice but to make it work. Why would you continue to put yourself in the hole? If Westbrook don't work out this year at the trade deadline, his contract is an expiring contract. That's what it becomes. It becomes an expiring contract. So, I mean, that it just make too much sense. You get that 40, 50, whatever it is this year, close to $50 million off the books. You get that off the books. Why would I trade another first round pick, and put my franchise back in the hole? Of course, they're gonna sit there and try to make it work. But you know what? It's not gonna work. But one thing people don't talk about around the AD LeBron, Russell Westbrook experiment, they didn't play too many games together. And AD and LeBron James consistently was injured. And if the Lakers were smart, people not gonna like this advice. You blow it up right now. You bring Westbrook back, right? See if you get him off the trade deadline. Trade LeBron, trade AD. Try to get as many picks as you can right now and start rebuilding. I know Shaq said, "Well, the Lakers will never recover." Hey, if that's the case, that's the case. But if I'm not gonna recover, I'm not gonna recover with. I'm not gonna recover. I'm gonna not recover with a whole bunch. I'm gonna try to get 10 first round picks between them. And trade deadline, I'm gonna dump Russell Westbrook expiring contract and try to bring on somebody like Andrew Wiggins or something like that. That's my game plan. If I'm the Los Angeles Lakers, that's my game plan. But no, that's just my opinion on that. But let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, reach your chance, get notifications. We go live, drop a video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Other than that, man, just thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe button. It's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop a video. Other than that, hit my link tree up. You find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Spotify, Anchor, Twitter. It's the first link in the description. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know in the comment section. Check out the NBA Talk playlist.